Okay, let's be real for a second. We all know the feeling. You've put in the hours, the pay period has officially ended, but you are still sitting there, constantly checking your bank app, just waiting for that hard-earned paycheck to actually clear. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into exactly how you can completely transform the way you receive your money. We're going to take you from a complete beginner to a totally confident user of Venmo's direct deposit feature. It's that universal payday waiting game, right? Traditional paper checks get lost in the mail or delayed, and honestly, even standard bank transfers can take days to officially settle into your account. So let's address this pain point right off the bat, because modern financial tools have literally evolved to solve this exact problem for us. And the magic number here is 2. By setting up direct deposit straight through Venmo, you are unlocking the promise of getting paid up to 2 full days early. No joke. That means if your normal payday is Friday, your money could literally be sitting in your digital wallet, ready to spend, send, or save by Wednesday. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the early payday hook, how to prepare your Venmo account, the step-by-step setup, all those powerful perks, the risks you definitely need to know about, and we'll wrap it all up with a summary and a quick financial disclaimer. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the early payday hook, and how we overcome that payday waiting game. Which brings us right to Section 2, preparing your Venmo account. We really need to lay the groundwork for your deposits first. So before we start tapping any buttons, let's quickly clarify what we're actually doing here. Direct deposit is simply an electronic transfer of a payment, specifically an ACH credit from your employer's payroll or even government benefits, directly into your account. It's just an automated payment moving electronically through the network, which entirely replaces the need for a physical check or a manual trip down to the bank. But to actually use this network through Venmo, there are a few prerequisites. To comply with federal regulations like anti-money laundering laws, you absolutely must verify your identity in the app first. You're going to need to provide your legal name, physical address, date of birth, and your Social Security or tax ID number. Basically, until you pass this verification step, the direct deposit feature won't even unlock for you. Let's get into the step-by-step setup in Section 3. Here are your in-app instructions for activation. The flow right inside the app is actually super straightforward. Step 1, just open your app and tap the Me tab, the one with your picture or initials. Step 2, hit that settings gear up in the top right corner. Step 3, look under the Buying section and tap Direct Deposit. And finally, Step 4, just tap Show Account Number. Bam. That takes you right to the specific routing and account numbers you need to hand over to your employer. Now, here's a crucial detail. When you're filling out your employer's direct deposit paperwork, they almost always ask for the name of the bank. Venmo isn't a traditional bank itself. It's a service of PayPal. So what do you write down? You actually provide the credentials for Venmo's partner bank, which is the Bancorp Bank N.A., located out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They are the official institution handling all your back-end routing. To finalize the whole process, you just copy those exact numbers from your app, plug them into your employer's standard form, and then you get to choose. Do you want to route your entire paycheck to Venmo, or maybe just a portion of it? It's totally up to you. Just remember to be patient. It generally takes about 1 to 2 payroll cycles for your HR department to sync up with the network and for those early deposits to officially kick in. Okay, moving right along to Section 4, perks and powerful features. Let's look at why you'd actually want to use Venmo for your paychecks. Beyond that amazing perk of getting your funds up to 2 days early, you're unlocking a completely free feature. There are 0 extra setup fees and absolutely no monthly maintenance fees. Plus, you can use these exact same routing details to receive federal tax refunds and government benefits like Social Security. Oh, and it's a totally eco-friendly paperless process, which is a really great bonus. But we do need to look at how this compares to traditional banking. The nuance with insurance here is absolutely vital. A standard bank gives you direct FDIC insurance up to $250,000. Venmo, on the other hand, utilizes what's called pass-through FDIC insurance via their partner program banks. This means your direct deposit money is protected if the partner bank fails. But, and this is a huge distinction, it does not protect you if PayPal or Venmo itself were to fail. And that naturally leads us into Section 5, risks and drawbacks. Here's what traditional financial experts really want you to consider.
Institutions like First Alliance Credit Union point out some very valid concerns. First, as we just discussed, there's that lack of direct insurance. Second, there are spending and transfer limits that could potentially lock up access to larger sums of your own cash. And third, they highlight a major behavioral risk: impulse buying. Venmo acts a lot like a checking account, but without separate savings buckets to stash your money away. Having your entire paycheck sitting right there, right next to your social feed of friends splitting pizza bills, yeah, that might tempt you to spend way more than you meant to.
Let's talk a bit more about those transfer limits because they are super important. If you rely on moving your money to a traditional bank later on, you have to navigate Venmo's weekly rolling transfer limits. Unverified users can only move $999.99 a week. But since direct deposit requires verification anyway, you'll fall into the verified tier. That lets you transfer up to $5,000 per individual transfer and up to $19,999.99 per week. If your inflows are larger than that, you definitely need to keep these limits in mind.
All right, we are almost at the finish line. Section 6, Summary and Financial Disclaimer. Let's wrap up this masterclass. Here is your ultimate explainer recap. If you're ready to dive in, get that identity verification out of the way first. Then use the Me tab to find your specific routing numbers tied to the Bancorp bank. Once that's all set up, enjoy your 2-day early pay and fee-free deposits. But as a smart financial manager, please remain mindful of those spending limits and your own savings habits. Splitting your direct deposit between Venmo and a traditional bank could be a brilliant way to get the best of both worlds. And as always, a quick disclaimer. The information provided in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes based on our source material. Everyone's financial situation is totally unique, so you should definitely consult a certified financial advisor for personalized advice before you completely overhaul how you manage your paychecks. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to spark some financial curiosity. Knowing both the incredibly powerful early access perks and those structural spending limits we've outlined today, how are you going to manage your next paycheck? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.